All right, Drew, here's a look at your first run stubby slalom. Did a nice job that day. Let's check it out. All right, nice job. Started out with a great turn. I mean, that is like picture perfect right there. Got level shoulders, hands out in front. We've got a longer outside leg, a little shorter inside. You've got ankle flexion, bending of both ankles. You've got some weight. You got more weight on the outside ski. You can see the outside ski bending. That is picture perfect. Great job. Problem came into the next gate is we just started that turn too early. So we're in rise line now. That imaginary line drawn up the hill. And you can see that if you weren't going to carve from there, you'd probably straddle or be inside the gate. So you had to kind of lay off, no pressure, kind of go straight, 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 get your ski tips around, and now we're going to try to turn. And look what happens. We're way down here when you want to be right up next to that gate right now, going across the hill towards the next sort of apex of where you want to make the next turn. So we got to remember that, we want to intersect rise line, that imaginary line drawn up the hill. We want to intersect that still with our skis pointing still out and away, over here, pointing over, further away from the gate, not at the gate, but somewhere pointing out to that area, which will then allow us to carve the top of the turn and bring some turn shape back and finish tight to the gateway direction. Done. All right. So we're not trying to turn around the gates, meaning we're not trying to turn like this, right? We're trying to turn around some imaginary piece of snow, somewhere up here, say, so that your turn shape would look more like that, right? We want to bring our turn shape back to the gate, so we kind of go out and back, right? Especially when it's steep and offset. If it's straight and flat, we can turn more around the gate. But unfortunately, late here, you're late and low here, and late can turn into late again, and same idea. You twisted the skis here, so if you can imagine, you can see if you're going to carve from that area, you would be inside the gate. So not much to do, but just sort of skid by the gate, and now we're going to try to turn down here. And you can see that's well below the gate, and you're going, now straight across the hill when we really want to be going more diagonally down the hill. So clearly you can imagine that slows you down quite a bit. And we're just still trying to catch up because it's, as I said, late turns into late. Another thing we want to really work on is narrowing the stance. Really hard, to roll up the skis to a nice high edge angle at the top of the turn when we're having like your legs like that. Right, we're also it's gonna be at best skiing what we call two-footed, weight on both feet, or it's going to be inside skiing. So let's try to narrow the stance. Like again here, really tough to roll them up. Physically pretty hard, but a better line. We're close to rise line. We're not quite turning them down the hill. We want to still not quite turn so early. If you wait to rise line, with your skis pointing out like that, you've been able to carve them. But again, that wide stance is going to be difficult. There's a better stance right there. We like that. Too wide there. So be consistent with, your width continues to change. Nice, it's good there, like that. And then it widens out dramatically. So Let's keep a consistent width of the feet. And also, if you saw that first turn we talked about, hands out in front. Now your hands keep dropping at time. Here we're dropping them, so inside hand down. Dropping inside hand again. Think about that first turn we saw. Look at dropping the hands. That first turn, you got hands out in front, right? So let's think about, let's look at that picture again. Look at those hands right there. That's what we want to see. Let's think about that. Hands out in front the whole time and a nice comfortable hip width just like that. Picture perfect.